How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to be talking about LCX, which is the Liechtenstein Crypto Asset Exchange token. That's what it actually stands for. But this is the token that revolves around their unique ecosystem that deals with the buying, selling, transferring, and storing of digital currency. And it's a secure, compliant way to actually do that. Their exchange is a regulated trading venue offering a range of digital currencies, and LCX is actually a proud member of the World Economic Forum Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. So this token right here, guys, in my opinion, because it does come from a country where a lot of this regulation already exists. They can actually operate in the US, and they can offer security token services. So if you go on here, they have 8 out of the 11 crypto related licenses in Liechtenstein, which is a country close to Germany and Austria. But their CEO, Monty Metzger, he said the licenses make LCX a regulated crypto exchange, digital asset custody provider, just like Coinbase, because Coinbase Custudy is, they're basically the same thing to institutional investors. They're a price oracle provider, digital asset compliance provider, smart contract creator, and token offering platform. And on top of that, the exchange had already been operating with retail crypto services in Europe and Switzerland. They're very close to Switzerland, by the way, and security token services in the United States. But now those services are expanded, allowing the firm to custody and also generate security tokens for its clients. So think about it like this: if XRP gets deemed a security token, which is a possibility, I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm just saying it could happen, then XRP could be offered on this platform legally, because they already offer security token services in the United States, and they have, and within their regulatory framework in that country, that specific country, Liechtenstein, they can operate legally there. And then that will all fall in line with what the SEC wants if they end up deeming this a security token in the US. Not saying that it's going to affect the whole world, but if it affects the US in general, well then there's going to be some security token exchanges like this one right here that are going to be offering it for sure. So people are still going to be able to buy it. Whether or not you will have to be like an accredited investor or an institutional investor to be able to get into it, or to be able to even sign up to this. That's up to them. Who knows if that ever happens, but it's a possibility for sure. But this asset right here, the LCX token, only has, we refresh the etherscan.io page, they have 9,200 holders, been increasing in the past couple days, I would say. So they're sort of like in an accumulation zone. The token has skyrocketed in price recently, so we're actually at all-time high prices. And if you look at the 90-day chart, you can see how for the most part this token was literally hovering around 5 to 8 cents until it suddenly skyrocketed in late September, and now we have a lot of price action that's very volatile. Due to the liquidity, and it's not that much liquidity right now due to it only being on Uniswap. That's where most people go to buy it. I mean, nobody goes to Hotbit, no one uses that exchange in the United States or any other European country. It's very rare that someone uses Hotbit, Liquid, or HIP BTC. HIP BTC is very popular but overseas, not really in the US. And so, obviously once this gets listed on something like Coinbase or Binance, for example, which could be a possibility, now that this token has been added and supported by Coinbase Custudy, there's going to be a lot more volume and liquidity coming from those exchanges, because they're a lot larger, they have a lot of users. But we are thrilled to announce that Coinbase Custudy supports LCX tokens, enabling compliant and secure storage of LCX tokens via the Coinbase Custudy solution. And Coinbase Custudy requires a minimum balance of $500,000 to open an account, according to the website. So you almost basically have to become an accredited investor or an institutional investor to be able to access their Coinbase Custudy service. In contrast to this, Coinbase Custudy requires a minimum balance of 10 million USD and charges a setup fee of 100K in addition to a 10 basis points fee that is charged monthly. In any way, this explains that Coinbase Custudy is made for institutional and corporate investors. So definitely people that already have a lot of money, or just companies in general. One of the things I wanted to mention is that if you go here, it says institutional investor interest in crypto assets has increased significantly over the last 2 years, with investment funds seeking exposure to the most traded cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Coinbase Custody was launched to help institutional investors securely store digital assets with a focus on institutional investors. Coinbase paves the way for institutional money to enter the digital currency space. If one of the banks wants to have a security token, clients worldwide, and wants to go through Liechtenstein, they have to work with one of the regulated token generators. And the CEO said that the LCX is one of the only token generators in that region. So that includes Switzerland, Austria, Germany, and their own country as well. And another thing I want to mention about the World Economic Forum's Fourth Industrial Revolution is that the partnership with the WEF involves co-designing frameworks for the new DOT use cases in banking, finance, and regulations. LCX is aligned with the World Economic Forum to engage in this process and shape the exploration and experimentation of DOT for global financial and monetary systems. This is what the CEO said. Another thing is that they're actually partnered with Constellation. So that partnership means that while there are many blockchain protocol ecosystems that are creating their own token standard apart from Ethereum and ERC20, the approach that Constellation is taking with layer 0 tokens and by collaborating with LCX will provide more transparency, accountability, and assurance to token creators and holders, all while being regulatory compliant. And it talks about how LCX will be supporting a listing of tokens created using the Constellation Network's layer 0 token standard. So all DAG tokens are going to be featured on the LCX Exchange, as well as LCX and Constellation will collaborate to use Constellation's hypergraph transfer protocol, the HGTP, to bring trade and transaction transparency to the centralized exchange. By the way, LCX is a centralized and decentralized exchange. It's like very hybrid. So it's it has a lot of features, guys, just like Uniswap, but it's also centralized. So I don't know how to explain this any better other than this is built for people like me and you, and also for institutions who want something that's more centralized. So this article from LCX.com has to do with Hedera Hashgraph and LCX collaborating to develop infrastructure for digital securities. This was earlier in the year, in July 19, 2021, but it's been a journey which started 2 years ago when Monty Metzger, CEO at LCX, and Lehman Baird, co-founder and CTO of Hedera Hashgraph, met for a confidential backroom meeting during the World Economic Forum in China. So again, they have their connections to the WEF, and they're actually meeting together in China for this. But with this partnership, we are expanding the Liechtenstein protocol for Hedera Network to establish a new standard for security tokens and tokenized digital assets. LCX will also add support for Hedera's native cryptocurrency HBAR on LCX Exchange, just like how they added support to the DAG token. But the Hedera network will leverage the platform infrastructure of LCX to expand the Hedera Token Service, or HTS, with the addition of a new security token standard, and provide secure, reliable, transparent, and compliant infrastructure for digital securities to its users. And it's talking about how HTS or Hedera will benefit from the Liechtenstein protocol, which offers compliance, tokenization, on-chain asset management, and on-chain identity, and provides organizations with the ability to a framework to build a new security token on the Hedera public ledger, with the ability to automatically enforce specific conditions that relate to legal and regulatory requirements applicable to securities, and enables automated compliance of the tokenized asset with predefined requirements built into code. So sort of like smart contracts for security tokens. Very cool, man. That's going to make the LCX a very powerful digital asset because of its huge ecosystem. I mean, it's already working with DAG and Hedera, man. This is going to be insane. And the price of this is only 16 cents. You guys already know about the tokenomics behind this, how it's going to be utilized. You can buy LCX using their exchange, but this token right here will give you a reduction of up to 50% in trading fees at LCX compliant digital asset exchange. And the LCX DeFi terminal, you get full access, including usage of our second layer DeFi protocol to enable limit orders on Uniswap. So it gives you more enhanced features on Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange for the ERC20 ecosystem. But LCX terminal, you become a pro user and pay monthly fees of LCX terminal with the LCX token. So this is used to pay fees, as well as for the LCX vault, pay fees for LCX vault and our crypto custody solutions. So this is mainly towards institutional investors, I assume. But this is because they offer price oracle services as well. You can pay fees in relation to LCX's regulated reference price services, which we provide as a price service provider. And this is basically like utilize how DAG is utilized in their ecosystem. Very similar, by the way, if you want to have a comparison type deal right there. But EC Decision LCX compared to FTX, KuCoin, Binance and Kraken exchanges. So this is not just like a digital asset. This is an actual platform, guys, for security tokens and for digital currencies, cryptocurrencies in general. I mean, you can literally buy anything that trades on these exchanges on their LCX exchange. But this has the ability to offer token burning, limit orders on Uniswap, vault services, DeFi terminals, tokenization platform, multi-exchange terminal, and it's a regulated exchange. The other ones are not, except for Kraken, which actually is regulated. Kraken is a US-based exchange, and they don't even offer like leverage or anything like that. Like Binance is definitely not regulated. Binance is a good example of something that's not regulated. By the way, Coinbase is heading towards that way of being regulated, but they've had their little hiccups with the SEC recently. That it's kind of like who knows what's going to happen with that exchange. But they're actually trading publicly on the stock exchanges in the US. So I mean, they do have to be transparent with what they do with their business and everything. So that gives people that idea that your funds are safer with Coinbase and with Binance, for example. But this is the LCX token. I'm not going to read every single bullet point here, but you guys can pause in and read everything here. But this is essentially like summarizing what I just read to you guys, how the LCX token is going to be utilized in their ecosystem, which is making me very bullish, because if you're a holder of this token, I mean, you're going to benefit financially. Not financial advice, clearly, but LCX is partnered with Quant, and they're talking about the overledger enterprise. So check this out, guys. This is very interesting.
It's overledger enterprise, in simple words.
So the overledger enterprise is when a company hosts their own overledger instance. They can actually host it within their data center. We've done deployments where it's on-prem within the company's data center for sovereignty or security reasons. It's within their environment. We've also have that option to host that in cloud, and we're doing that for other customers where they want it within Oracle Cloud or AWS Cloud or other cloud instances. And then what happens is that is a dedicated instance for them. They use that for their use cases and their applications, and then that has an option to connect to the overledger network through the gateways that we have. And enterprise can host gateways, so there's an option for them to have their overledger instance part of the overledger network, so to host gateways. We also can actually host gateways and nodes for companies. So that's a service that we offer for them. And then that allows the enterprise customer to have access to the wider ecosystem. So if you think about it, it's an enterprise product built for enterprise customers with all the support and SLAs and the agreements that they have in place.
So Quant is not that vocal about who they partner with. So you have to really dig deep to find out, in the recent news, who they've been working with, collaborating with. Because if you look at their member list, it's only a few, right? SIA, you got Oracle, Liechtenstein, Amazon, and Hyperledger. But Quant actually partnered with LCX to advance CBDC settlement implementation. So this is going to be a mutually beneficial partnership. Quant and LCX have agreed to a strategic partnership to leverage the synergies between the technologies of the two companies, and by collaborating and integrating their respective technologies, the agreement will contribute significantly to the advancement of the banking and financial sector, particularly with respect to the implementation and settlement of CBDCs, which are central bank digital currencies, banking stablecoins, and digital asset securities. Quant and LCX will conduct research and work together to be integrated into the overledger network as a key partner to transact and settle transactions in digital assets for community, enterprise, and institutional clients. They're calling LCX a regulated trading platform, and because LCX is building a financial ecosystem for crypto and fiat currencies alike to become the new category leader in the blockchain industry. So this cryptocurrency asset is literally on a league of its own, just like Hedera, which is completely different from all the other networks that we've covered. If I wanted to give this a price prediction, in my honest opinion, I think with the similar tokenomics, when it comes to circulating supplies or max supplies, LCX can be compared easily to Chainlink. Because if you look at Chainlink's price 4 years ago today, around this time 4 years ago, so you look at like November of 2017, Chainlink was around 18 to 19 cents, so the price that we currently see with LCX. And check out the circulating supply for LCX. We already said that it was 561 million out of the 950 total supply. With Chainlink, you have 458 million out of the 1 billion total max supply. So very similar, guys, already. And Chainlink is obviously offered on major exchanges like Binance and HitBTC as well. There's other exchanges that are featuring this, obviously, like Coinbase and stuff, but Kraken. But when LCX gets added to more exchanges and there's more liquidity, there's also more institutional adoption, we could probably see in the next 2 to 3 years a similar price appreciation event with LCX, where it goes to anywhere between $20 to $30. Now this is 2 to 3 years. This is very short term. Now if we're talking medium term, like 5 to 8 years from now, we're looking at something that could go well above $100 a token. Obviously, with the market cycles and how parabolic they get and everything, LCX could literally go beyond $100 when you obviously take into consideration all the utility that it has to offer and the many use cases that it has. It's something that's very unique, and not that many. Obviously, it's the only token that's doing this with digital securities. That's actually partnered with Quant and Hedera and also Constellation. So if any token is going to actually be successful in this and offering asset securities or tokenized assets and all this, and also be compliant and regulated, it's going to be LCX. So that's why I think that LCX could get to those type of prices. We're talking $20 to $30. That's literally over a 100x from here. So not financial advice. This is just my own opinion, guys. Please do your own due diligence and research. This is going to be it for the video. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and if you did, definitely leave a like and also comment if you have any suggestions for future uploads. Let me know what crypto you guys want me to break down next. Subscribe to my channel if you're new. I'll see you guys later. I love you all. I'm out.